Good morning, it's day 3 here on the Skyline Trail. We're here at Takara Camp. This is where we stayed last night. And behind me is Mount Takara. Sun's starting to hit from the top. Earlier it was golden hour sun and looked beautiful, but I didn't take any pictures. We were practicing, or we were concentrating on eating and swinging at mosquitoes because mosquitoes here are horrible. Let me show you our eating area here. There are 4 tables here. There's 2 down here and right next to the bear lockers. That's really nice. They have 1 for each of the sites that are here, which is also really nice because it's a lot of space for just 2 people. It's amazing. In New Hampshire, we've been to places where it's like 1 for an entire campground full of people. So it's really nice having all of this. And then Tina's here. We got another table, and there's another table up that way. So depending on the sun, you can get some shade on some tables and some not. And we camped way over there, right next to that guy. He's still there. But we're heading off. We've got about a 9-mile day today. We thought about doing the lookout tower. That's going to add about a mile round trip to our hike. But if we avoid that, we could just do 9, and there's minimal elevation gain. We can just go straight to the road, and then we still have to hitchhike to the car, which is a 45-minute drive, and then drive back out, which is like a 55-minute out back to the main road. So it's a long day. So if we can cut an hour, I think, or if we cut like 30 minutes out of the day, I think it'd be pretty good. But we're gonna get going soon here. It's everywhere. All right, ready to go? Ready? Going northwest from camp, it's this big stream, and it looks beautiful with the mountains there. It's a super big stream, but there are a lot of rocks to rock hop. So let us rock hop, rock hop, rock hop. You can play the old game with me, like identify which one's next. Although I should use one trekking pole. Oh, fortunately they're not mossy, so they're not slippery at all. Oh, close one. Oh, the left side of my foot got wet. Okay. Uh-oh, I'm going way off trail. Left side of my foot got wet. What happened is I stuck a trekking pole down, but it went way further than I thought, so I lost my balance and this went in. But check out my leg. It's clean. Little red dots everywhere from all the rocks. Yesterday there were just a few flowers. Actually, I guess there were a bunch, but towards the end, because mostly we were in that barren area. But here today, it's just flowers everywhere. There's these yellow mountain heaths, the pink mountain heaths, and the white moss heathers just everywhere, and they just line the sides of the trail. It's beautiful. So this 3rd day since Takara campground, it's been beautiful. I thought we would just kind of be in the trees because right after you leave camp, you just kind of go in the trees, but you head up just a little bit and you're out in this open meadow again, and you can see the trail for probably over a mile easily, and it's just super beautiful. Flowers everywhere, still snow patches here and there. Fortunately, it's cloudy today, so we're getting plenty of shade. Yesterday, it was pretty much like 95% of the day was out in the open, and it was sunny non-stop. So it was pretty hot. Well, not super hot though, because it was breezy, but Tina got a little burned in the legs, and my thigh got burned. Mostly I didn't burn, because I'm kind of dark, but I've been wearing longer shorts than these running shorts, so that little difference part got a little burn, but only slightly. Beautiful day. And look at the mountains to the left. Oh my goodness, look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look how steep that one is. It's insane. And we're heading down towards, I'm not sure where we're going, but we just ventured off another trail here, but we're heading down. We're gonna probably get to our car hopefully by 1, so we can get to town by 3 at the latest. Here we are heading down into the valley of Jasper and the road below. This kind of really shows you how we're going, just straight down and straight into the road. But we're gonna hook a slight left, and that's where the turnoff to Single Mountain Lookout is, which we're probably gonna skip because it's super overcast. It feels like it's gonna rain any second, and when you're hitchhiking, I don't like to do it when I'm sopping wet with rain. So we're just gonna try to get to the road as soon as we can. Look at the town below, has some sun shining on it. I don't think that's Jasper itself, but it's just north of Jasper. We've hit the road, well, the mountain road. The turnoff to the lookout was behind us, and we took the right way down. So we're heading down. The whole way is gonna be like this, I guess. And we considered it like a reward. Nice, easy down trail, easy grade. And what's funny is at the intersection there were bike racks. I think you could bike up to here, but you couldn't bike up further, so you gotta lock up your bike. But yeah, should be a nice, easy, kind of like this hike. Nothing too crazy, probably way down. Check out the sign. Oh yeah, the Signal Campground is off to the left right here. Pretty easy hike to the campground. The trailhead is 8.4 kilometers away, so what is that, about 5.5 miles or so? Not too far, not too far at all. Still hiking down this road, we're basically just identifying plants as we go, with seek as we go. So that's what we do when you have a little time where you're like, whoa, what's this flower I've never seen before? Pull out seek, an ID. And we've seen one newer bear scat, but most have been really old. Nothing really promising yet. We've been told this is high grizzly activity area, but I've been told that a lot about a lot of places I've been. It looked behind itself as we talked out loudly. It was a beautiful, chunky grizzly walking straight towards us, so we continued to talk out to it, but it kept looking to the sides and behind it and kept walking straight towards us. This bear had some pretty bad hearing and eyesight, as it continued walking straight towards us, eating random plants as it sauntered along as if life was wonderful. We didn't want it getting too close, so at this point the camera swung a little wildly as I tried to film and swing my trekking poles above my head at the same time in order to get its attention. It kept walking straight towards us, brightly colored people, swinging our poles above our heads. It stopped several times to turn and look behind itself or to both sides and looked very confused. It literally looked in every direction several times except straight towards us. Oddly enough, it even turned its head straight at us several times but never saw us until the moment we clicked our poles against each other. You could see its ears turn towards us, at which point it decided to take the woods. By this point, it got to within 30 meters of us before running off. We just saw a grizzly walking at about there, and he was walking toward us, and we kept making noise. And he kept looking behind him. I guess it echoed, and he kept looking around, but he never looked at us. And eventually he looked at us after we clacked our trekking poles, and then he walked into the bush, but we don't know how far he is. He could be like right there. So we'll give him some time, and we'll keep making noise, and maybe it'll go away. It was just a single, what do you think, junior? Not too big.
Oh, don't come out again.
Hey, hey, you see him?
No, but there was big noise.
Oh. Don't come out, we're coming on the trail! If we go, I guess we should have our sprays out. Might give it another minute though, huh?
Yeah, because Jay's always taking out the camera first.
Yeah, I pull out the camera first. Oh, Tina's even got the safety off.
Oh, he was coming our way.
Yeah, he was walking straight our way.
Yeah, walk off.
The noise seems to be coming from way over there somewhere. Back onto the trail probably, where it hooks. Because we just entered a switchback, and it was right after the curve that we saw him. And first grizzly on foot. That was fun. And I was like, Tina, grizzly.
Fun is not over yet. It's still very close.
Yeah, he's still pretty close. I'll put this camera away. We just had our first bear encounter on foot in Canada this year. So it's pretty nice, and this was my first grizzly bear on foot. I've seen many grizzly bears now, but they've always been out of a car window or a car or something, you know. But this is the first one, and it was beautiful footage. We saw him right around the switchback. We saw him way down, and I put it into slow-mo mode, but you could see him walking towards us, and I kept making noise like, hey, hey, and he would stop, and he would look to the side, look behind him, and he'd be like, okay, and then keep going, and we make noise again, and he would keep looking behind him like, what is wrong with this bear? And eventually we clacked our poles together, and he looked at us, and then he just moved to the side. He just cut through the bushes, but for the longest time he just kept walking forward like dum 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 dum. No worries in the world. It was pretty funny. Of course, as soon as I saw it, I said grizzly, and I pulled my camera up. I'm glad I didn't pull the GoPro just so I can get good zoomed in footage, because Tina thought he got to about 30 meters of us. I'm not sure though, because I just stared through the camera the whole time. In fact, if he was charging at us, I'd probably kept staring at the camera. I'd be like, oh, I gotta zoom out a little, he's getting closer. But he was a beautiful bear, nice and brown, thick fur. Yeah, so.
Yeah, maybe a recommendation, Jay.
Oh.
Next time also take out the bear spray.
Bear spray, what's that? Check out this bear poop. I think that's this guy's.
Looks pretty fresh.
Super fresh. Okay, you check it out. Sorry. Look at his bear poop. That's his, I think. We made it down to the parking lot. We are now standing here trying to get a hitchhike back to the car. We haven't seen a single car yet, but we just got here. So wish us luck. It's 11:30 right now, so I think it's still pretty early. There should be a lot of people heading up. This guy with the bike. We'll see. From the trailhead, we were able to hitchhike with a couple from Alberta, and it took us all the way to our car. It's like a 40-minute ride. It's quite a bit. Got the car, went to a place called Kimchi Palace, and had some Korean food for lunch. naengmyeon is just so good when it's hot. And then after that, we actually went to a grocery store and went to a grocery store and got a bunch of stuff. This is actually stuff that needs to go back in the cargo box now. This is the post backpack stage where you got to go through your pack, pull out all the food, throw out all your garbage, replenish various things like refill hand sanitizer, get more toilet paper for the toilet bag, put all the food in one place, recharge all the batteries, things like that, dry out your gear. So it's a big logistics stage. And this is my food bag after the trip. Not bad actually, just some peanuts, Triscuits, and a couple bars left. 3 bars left. We're back here at Whistler Campground. It's just a really convenient way to spend time. They have showers here. It's a little pricey if you do it every night. We got one without a fire pit. With fire pits it costs $10 more. So we just needed a shower. So we're here for 2 nights because the weather tonight's supposed to be bad, and then weather tomorrow's supposed to be bad. And we just had an elk walk right by our campsite, staring at us, sniffing at us. Today is Saturday, and we did have to reserve this online. Several days ago we found that it was open for 2 days, so we snagged it, and we used online reservation as well, which costs $10 extra. It's really interesting with all the Canadian parks. It's like $10 reservation fee when you use online system, but if you go in person and talk to someone and waste someone's time, it's free. So kind of weird. But we're just gonna get our gear sorted out. We're gonna have fajitas tonight, and that's it for the Skyline Trail. The bear sighting was definitely the icing on the cake of the entire hike. It was so nice. It was basically the last switchback as we were doing that Signal Mountain Trail, and he was such a funny bear. He's like, "What? I heard something," and he just never looked our way. Weird bear. Hope you enjoyed that footage. But Skyline Trail's pretty nice, not too hard really, as long as the snow on the notch is gone. I don't think it's hard at all. So give it a shot if you can get reservations, because I hear all the campsites get booked out pretty far in advance. So definitely try that out. As far as all our gear, Tina and I have through hiked the PCT and the AT, and she's done other things. So all our gear is pretty locked down. We have ultralight kits, basically light. We have Z-Packs, R-Calls. We use a Z-Packs duplex. Just everything super light. Carbon fiber poles, 4-foot sleeping pad. Everything's really light. So I probably don't need to make a video about gear we use on the Skyline Trail, but the Skyline Trail itself, pretty nice. Give it a shot. Hitchhiking only took about 10 minutes of actually standing there to get there, so piece of cake. So thanks for watching. Hope you all take care and have a good night, and go take a hike somewhere and have fun hiking.